Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Woo!
Happy Friday. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I got a haircut yesterday, and you know the day, the first day after your
it's
haircut,
hard.
you're getting just used to it. Anyway, I have more bangs, which I'm very happy about. They're a bit thicker,
Right.
and but yeah, it's a process.
It always takes a new haircut a day or so to kind of become friends again.
It does.
Right.
It absolutely does, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm Kim.
I'm Connie.
And we co-own Bra Necessities here in Camrose. We are also mother-daughter, for those of you who don't know, but most of you probably do. Or many of you do know. I know that.
Many of you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you're popping on, say hello, say good morning. We always love to know who we're chatting with. Today, though, is Fit Tip Friday.
Fit Tip Friday. Be careful how you say that. Fit Tip Friday.
That's right. We're very excited because this is the day where we share some of our tips, some of our tricks, some of our fitter faves.
And knowledge.
Yes.
It's all about knowledge.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, right? Not like knowledge is power. It is. It's empowering, right? So
It is.
it's really fun. So yes, say good morning. It is a little chillier today, but we don't have that wind that we had yesterday.
Wasn't that something yesterday?
That was crazy if you were in this area.
That was interesting. What would they call that? A clipper? I don't know what it was. Anyhow,
But it was something. Yeah.
I'm actually glad I was indoors all day. But I'll tell you, every time the door opened here, it was like the whole wind came in.
Yes.
It took a bit for the building to stay warm.
Chilly. Yes. Yeah. Hi, Julie. Good morning.
It was chilly.
It was, wasn't it?
It was downright cold.
It was.
Yes.
Anyhow, a little temperature-wise, a little colder today, but less wind. We're happy about that.
That's right.
We are January. We're still in winter, so it's all good. Also, I really love how we're coordinating today.
Yeah.
We don't plan these things, but they happen. Sometimes.
Yeah, they just happen sometimes. Sometimes we really clash, but today we are coordinated. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
there you
yes.
go. Realigned.
Realigned. That's
Yeah.
right. Realigned, and our friend down the street takes good care of us.
Yes.
And
Yeah. Good. All right, everyone. We have our friend Matilda here. She's going to help us show you the 3 points that you want to look for and be aware of with every single bra you put on. So this is really fun and exciting. And again, like we were saying, knowledge is power. This is what you look for. This is what we look for and help you get to in the fitting room every time you come in, every bra you put on. And, it's really important to remember not all brands will suit all bodies. They are just like all other clothing brands, right?
And all styles within a brand do not fit the same.
That's right.
So never assume, I'm just going to pick a size. Never assume that if you are a 32D in a particular bra, you're not necessarily that same size in every bra in that style.
Yes.
Okay? So when you come in and Connie says you really should try it on, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. It's not just because I want to waste, take time out of your day. It's because every bra does fit differently.
Yes.
Okay.
And we want you to go home and have the things that you need, right? Because it's kind of a pain, right? You're here, you get the thing, and it's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to just add in this other bra, same size. It'll be fine.
Not always.
And you get home and you put it on and you're just like, So we don't want you to have that feeling.
Right.
So anyhow.
Because then that's another trip back.
Yes.
Right? And
yes, absolutely. All the things. So hi, Shar. Hi, Shirley. Good morning, Ina.
Good morning, ladies.
So yes, every brand fits differently, styles fit differently, and it's just like clothing, right? When you go shopping for your outer wardrobe, hi Shannon, good morning. You know from trying on clothing that sizes vary. Sizes are different from one brand to the next. It is exactly the same with bras, and a bit more technical because, it's not just small, medium, large, extra large. It's, the 25, 30, 35, 40, or 45 sizes in that run.
And then the A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right, exactly, yeah. Right? So that really make those specific fits, right? So our friend Matilda here is going to help us show and illustrate those 3 points that you want to just like nail with every bra you put on. And if you nail these points, you will have a great fit every single time. So
the first thing that I always look for when I go into a fitting room to assess somebody, and those of you that have been in here, you'll know I'll say, let me see your back.
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing I'm looking for when I walk into the fitting room,
yes,
is where's this band fit sitting, and where have either you or I hooked it up, right? Yeah. We need it to be, this mannequin has quite slopy shoulders. We want this to look straight across the bottom. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. The next thing I'm looking for is how much give do we have? If we want about 2 fingers in there, ideally. And we want it to be able to, often I will also do this, right? Run my fingers through. You girls that have been in here, I'm looking for how tight is the band, right? Is it going to stay in place?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first thing I look for. As I'm doing this, often I'm assessing in the mirror. I'm looking for what's happening in the front. What's happening in the front? Where have you got your wires sitting on your body? Are they down on your tummy, or are they right at the root of the breast? Okay, so we want to make sure that they're up. Have you brought all the tissue into the cup? Doing, we call it the scoop and swoop. Bring the girls into the wires. Then making sure the wires are at the root of the breast. And then are the wires on the outside of the breast tissue, or are they on the breast tissue? We never, never, never want breast or wires on top of breast tissue. So that's the next thing I look for. Then I look for, are you filling this cup? Is this tacking? Is this nice and smooth? Are you overflowing? Is this gappy and you're getting pressure here? Looking for all of those things. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are clues. Your bra will give you clues every time you put it on. So you really, really want to make sure that your band is nice and low on your back, horizontal, right from the wires all the way back. If it's riding up, like we were talking about last week, right? If your band is riding up, the girls are going to come south. It's like a teeter-totter, right? So we want to make sure that your band is snug enough, not, binding, not biting, not pinching, but firmly holding you securely so that band is going to stay put all day long. That is the most important part of your fit. That's the starting point. And that's why, right, when you come in, your fitter will always start there. Start with the band. Start with your back. Once you've got that, exactly, right, we're going to turn you and take a look and assess how are your wires fitting. Are they, are your wires up here, or are your wires behind your breast tissue, right? We have breast tissue that begins under our arm. So we want to make sure that those wires are far enough back that they're not sitting on your, right, like that soft, like vulnerable tissue. We want it to be behind that tissue, right against like your ribs, right? It should be back against and sitting on bone. Okay. So then once this part of your wire is set, then we see how is this sitting, right? Making sure that your wires are right up under your breast tissue, not down on your ribs, like, right, that just exactly what Mom was saying. So up under the breast tissue, are they tacking beautifully at the center gore of the bra? They're not poking out, but they're not digging in either. They should just sit so nice and neutral, just right against that sternum, basically, right? So wires, and then exactly, right? How is your breast tissue settling into that cup? Is the cup too big? Does it look too big? Are you just overflowing and just, obviously we would go up a cup, right? If your bra is sitting great in the back, your wires are suitable here, it appears to be a good fit so far, and your cup is just a little bit gapey, your straps are still very important. They are not there to hold the weight, but they are there to hold the style kind of securely. That's the adjustability in terms of, torso length and that kind of thing. So if your cup is a little gapey, right, making sure we've swooped and scooped, we're in the cup, the last step to check is to just simply adjust your straps slightly. They don't need to be bearing all the weight.
And then,
yeah. So basically what you want with a strap is, of course we do this for you in the fitting room. You want to adjust the excess from the front, not from the back, because if we're pulling up, if we're pulling the excess up here, what's happening, right? So you want to pull the excess back. This is why it's hard to do on yourself when you're wearing your bra.
Exactly.
And you're going to adjust the slack from the front to the back. I know it's very hard to kind of explain, but with your strap, you just want about 1 finger width between the strap and your shoulder. You shouldn't be able to, it's not a slingshot. Just adjust the excess, but it shouldn't be tight. Again, it's not there to hold the girls up. It's just there to simply balance. Exactly. So once you've done that adjustment, then again, reassess. How's the cup? Are you still gapey? You might have to go down a cup. Are you, even after that final assessment, is everything still beautifully set in the cup, or has something started to spill over, right? That's where you can adjust your size, you can adjust style. When all the points are technically good, but you're not quite there, it most often comes down to style. What's the depth of the cup? What's the fabric like? What's the, because everybody's breast tissue density is different. So style, fabric, shape of the wires, that all matters in determining a great fit.
Yeah, and what you like the best.
Yes. Yeah. And don't forget to try your new bra on under a shirt, under your outfits, do the t-shirt test. Do you like where you're sitting?
Do you like your shape? And we all like a different shape, right?
Yes.
Do you like the shape that this bra is giving you? All of those things, right? There's reason we talk about all of these things as we're going through a fitting.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So there you have it. Check your bra today.
Yes.
Where are things sitting? When you have any aspect of these points of fit off, or when your bra starts to wear out, you will often find yourself, tugging or pulling,
Straps.
Ultimately being uncomfortable throughout the day. That's a clue, right? Your bra is not quite working for you anymore. And so just be aware of it.
I think the most common one I hear is, oh, my bra is too tight.
Yes.
And then often, and I know there's some ladies that have come in, and I've done this to them. They'll come in, they say, my bra is too tight, I need a back extender. And I'll just put my hand on their back, over top their coat, or, and I'll feel where their strap is. And that gives me a clue right away what is going on.
Yes.
And most times it is that this strap has moved up to here. So all of this is pulling, like it's like putting a rope underneath us and hanging us almost. It is like,
yes.
if you can envision that, to me that is like, it's like, if you see what happens here, when this goes up, see how this is coming in at us? This is going up, and everything feels like we're being hung by our bra.
Yes.
Really? So if you look at this girl, this is really what our backs look like, girls. Like just different variances of skin tone and whatnot. But if we look, I keep losing track.
It's okay. She's so sloppy.
Your band should be fitting at the smallest part of your back.
Yes.
Right? So when you're doing your measurements, make sure you're horizontal. Make sure your tape measure's not going up like this. Like if you look at her, you can see like we have a curve.
Yes.
And that's where we want that band to sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? When you come in for your fitting, right? Say it's your first time in, we go through all of this with you. And we tell you why things should fit a certain way. Her strap, she's so slippery. Her skin is so slippery.
Yes.
Anyhow, we go through all of this with you because it's important that you know how your bra should fit and feel so that when you get home, you know what you're aiming for every day when you put it on. It's the first thing that we put on every day, right? How we get dressed. And so if that first thing is like that, oh, I hate this bra, that's a terrible way to start your day.
Exactly.
We want you to feel like, okay, I'm in it. I'm supported. I am ready for the day. That's what we want for you. And it is possible to get there. When, sometimes when that customer comes in there for their first fitting, it's kind of like a coaching session, right? There's a little bit of
education, coaching, and educating in the fact of why this should feel like this.
Yes.
Why should this be here? It's all of that why.
Yes.
Education is so powerful.
And if you have that moment after your fitting, when you're at home, it's been a week or two, and you have questions, this bra doesn't feel as good as it did in the fitting room. That is a clue, right? Call us, stop back in. It often is, simple reminders of where that band first should start on your body. Where should it sit? Remember that it should fit in that natural curve. And, we should be working with your body, not against your body.
Exactly.
And we can get there with you.
And I'm going to say, if you put your undergarments on and they're not fitting properly and they're frustrating, you can put on the most beautiful gown and look so beautiful. But do you feel that if things underneath are annoying the bejesus out of you?
Right.
Right? So start with your foundational garments. Get them so they fit you, so that you can put anything on and you think, oh, I love this, right? Yes. And you can walk throughout your day without having to do straps or putting the girls in or,
being self-conscious about what's happening. Yeah.
I said, I think this is important to talk about. We wear our bras every day.
Yeah.
Like, there's some that don't, but most of us wear our bra every day. I don't wear this coat every day.
Right.
Right? And I actually paid more for this than I have ever paid for a bra.
Right.
Right? So being fair and being realistic.
Yeah. It's perspective.
It's perspective. It's perspective.
Yeah. And, and coming in, right, we are here to help you first and foremost. We want you to have that feeling after, I sometimes say that first fit feeling where it's like, oh my gosh, I had no idea a bra could feel like this. And then what happens to your your confidence and your internal speak, your posture, right? It does change and it can change and that can be found for every single person. And that is so exciting and empowering and confidence boosting. And that's the magic. That's the magic.
And every person deserves that.
Yes, absolutely.
That is the magic.
Hi, Sharon. Thanks for joining us today. Oh my goodness. So I did put the link to book your bra fitting in the caption before we started. I'll drop it in the comments as well. You do not need a bra fit appointment to come in, but if you have a day and time that, you will be in town and you want to, put that on your calendar as well, we highly recommend it. Sometimes it is as simple as blocking the time on your calendar to make sure that you are making the time for yourself, for your wellness, your self-care. And like you said, Mom, everybody deserves that. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're never too old to learn something new.
Yes.
I had a lady in the fitting room the other day. Her daughter-in-law brought her in. I'm sure she was definitely she was over 70. And it was her first fit, right?
That's amazing.
Yep. It was her first fit, and she was so thankful.
Yeah.
Right? So we're never too old or too young, right?
That's right. Yeah.
When a young person just budding comes, mom brings them in, we also keep in mind that we know that this young lady is still blossoming and growing. So we keep that in mind, and we just, I like to discuss with the moms, like, where do you want us, like having that conversation of
and lifestyle too.
And lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
is she in sports? Is she,
just being mindful of the whole picture, right? Not just putting her in something just to get her into something,
right?
But educating at that point as well. And by doing so there, we're also educating mom, and it's just a whole circle, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I love doing what I do.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're with you through the process, right? And, we've even had people on their wedding day come in and say, can you hook me up? Can you make sure I'm in here correctly? Yeah. Grad, the same thing. The bride or the graduate, as well as the wedding party and the moms and so we really just want you to feel really great on like every day, right? Every day. And I will say too, because there are those people that come in and buy the bra and it's like, oh no, this is my good bra. No, wear the good bra. Wear the bras every day, because you should feel good every day.
That's right.
Awesome. I love it. Happy Fit Tip Friday.
Yes. Till next week.
Yes, absolutely. So our next live segment will be Monday at 9:00. A little bit of a different conversation.
Exactly.
But we always have so much fun. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Happy Monday or happy Friday.
Have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend. All right.
Okay.
Love it. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.